Hi, this is John Hansmeyer. My number 3 favorite movie of 2014 was Calvary. Now, this movie is starring Brendan Gleeson, Chris O'Dowd, and Kelly Riley. And what this movie is about is this one man who is in confession in this booth with the priest. And this one man wants to kill the priest because he was once abused as a kid when he was working with the priest in the church. And this movie is very detailed, and it tells a story about an investigation. And that's what makes it so powerful, because you get to learn about the faith of a priest. You get to see the good things and hardships of a priest. And there are people in the congregation who tend to belittle him and look down on him because he's basically someone who wants to help, but at the same time, they don't want to be helped. For example, there are people who are sinning and doing wrong things that are not right and the priest doesn't like, and yet they still laugh at him and ridicule him. And that's what makes this movie so powerful, because it knows how to portray what life is like in the church. The cinematography in this movie is really incredible. You get to see the landscapes of Ireland and the colorful pastures of the countryside and the beautiful shores. It is amazing. This cinematography in this movie is out of this world. This movie has really colorful characters. For example, there are people who work at this bar, and they just have a lot of weird jokes and weird sense of humor. I can't really remember all of them at the top of my head, but you'll just have to check on the movie if you really want to see it. And the acting is really superb. Brendan Gleeson just really blows me away in this movie. He really shows not a lot of emotion, but what would you expect out of a priest who's constantly getting ridiculed by his congregation and going through the hardships of having a wife that died from cancer and the loneliness of living in Ireland. Now, there are some things that are not right with this movie. There tends to be too much darkness because he wants to try to find who this person is who wants to kill him. And eventually, as the movie rolls on, there tends to be a little bit too much of this darkness, because you get to find out the details and the things that most people don't really want to find out. And for some people, it can turn people off, but it's really for a good purpose. And the pacing tends to really roll on, because when the priest is questioning these people, he tends to ask too many questions, and each suspect just they kind of roll on. It gets interesting after a while, but then eventually it just starts to go on and on and on. Starts to get kind of boring. But overall, this movie is very well made. It's very superb, and if you're into a movie that's kind of like a mystery and learning about the faith during the tough times, this is the one to see. Now, it's not based off of Christianity, but it talks about a lot of life lessons that most Christian movies don't want to talk about. It talks about not everything is going to go right. What if someone doesn't want to change? And other things. And so I would rate this movie about a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And it is a very well acted movie again. I'm sorry for saying it so many times, but it just blows me away. And yeah, that is my review for the movie Calvary, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.